that summer jam, skate shoes and that marching band.
First heartbreak, first slow dance. Now I'm just trying to make sense of plans.
Oh, take me back to the roof.
Hey folks, it's Stacy. I hope I'm working this. I got this on my I got this on my cell phone. I'm trying to do my live. And so hopefully you can see me if we're still running live. I don't have any mics in or anything. I just wanted to check in, do my live as I always do, Thursday at 7:30. Welcome to Grassroots. And today, you can see over my shoulder here, I'm at Veterans Park in McHenry County. This is the Pearl Street Market. It's every Thursday here. And you can see it's a packed house. If you're watching this live, come on down. They just got going. There's food trucks here and some vegetables here. And so it's a little market, plus they have the live music every week. So that's super nice. I did just want to check in, and I don't even have the ability to do the links and all of that that's required to share with you. But today, the McHenry County Conservation District Conserve MC, McHenry County Conserve MC.org, I think is their website. Conserve, CONSERVE Conservation, McHenry County Conservation District. They're doing, there's a really cool, I'll put it in maybe the notes later if I can figure out how to do that on our YouTube page and on our Facebook page and stuff. I'll go and post a photo and give you a link to Conserve. But anyways, they came out to the farm today and we had a really cool time. We did a photo shoot and I walked around the farm and gave them a little tour, kind of like what we were doing and how we failed at farming this year, and why we weren't growing for cannabinoids anymore, and just kind of gave them a little rundown of what we were trying on the farm and different things that we were doing. And so we had a really, really great time. I love those guys so much, and I really appreciate them looking at female farmers all around our county. So you really have to go take a look at that website. It's super cool. They profile a bunch of farmers month by month. You can kind of look through every month. They profile a different farmer, and I think mine will get posted probably in maybe in a month or so. I'm not sure how fast they get those uploaded, but that was a really great experience. And I'm just going to turn this around and look at my screen and make sure I'm still live. Yes, it looks like it, and going good. So I think we're running live on all our locations and stuff. I don't even know how to turn the camera around so I could see whether I'm on the video or not. But thank you to everybody in that organization that came out and did that shoot. It was really cool. I always love telling our story and sharing, like, this is how we started and this is what we did the first year, and then the second year we did this, and then we tried this and tried. It's always fun just kind of going through that. I went to pick up my, just to tell you, I'm just doing random thoughts here. Today I went to pick up my my veggie share from Adama Farms, and I saw Jessica out there, and we picked up we have 2 full shares. I picked those up, and then I asked her for 15 bunches of radishes because we wanted to make another batch of our kimchi. And so she got that for us, and we were just chatting, whatever. And I really appreciated her comment. She said to me that she goes, you look good. You look like happy and super optimistic. And I was like, wow, that's yay. Thank you. I'm really happy that I'm coming off that way, because I feel like I'm so angsty all the time. Even, with my employees today, we were talking a lot about this, and it's just like, it's really easy to kind of get overwhelmed with this sense of like injustice, and you're constantly fighting for righteousness and like goodness. And sometimes it just feels like at every turn, you're just being put in this position where you like have to stand up for righteousness. Thing that happened yesterday is I've been going to the city council meetings just to learn more about the business of our city of Woodstock and to understand it better, see what kind of decisions are being made in that forum. Just even the watching the like procedural process and like how does that go and how are decisions made and stuff. And a group that's against the flock cameras in our community showed up, and over 50 people stood up and testified that they should get out of our flock contract. So anyways, that's just another example of like, man, look at this. Like these people are really fighting against this injustice. Like flock is so terrible and they've had so many failures and people abuse it. It's too easy to hack and there's so many reasons to not have it. And here's all these people from our community that showed up. They collected over 2,000 signatures to cancel the flock contract. And I'm rambling now, but I heard all those testimonies. I mean, it's just amazing, what people are doing to stand up and fight against, kind of our freedoms being eroded step by step. There's so many things. But anyways, my point was, it can be just, you get kind of this like fatigue of like always feeling like you're trying to scratch your way to the top, like you're always having to fight against oppression in one way or another. And obviously I'm no winner of oppression Olympics. I mean, there's people way more oppressed than I will ever even know or begin to understand or appreciate. But it is easy to kind of fall into this super angsty kind of existence where it just feels like every day is a fight for justice. And what I was talking to Jane about yesterday is like, how do you balance that, how do you fight for justice and righteousness in the world, but stay positive and try to bring light and goodness to the world? Sometimes it just feels like you just feel like you're just bitching and moaning about stuff all the time instead of focusing on like all the great things that are happening. And it's easy, even though you're fighting for goodness and righteousness and justice and to end oppression and to take away, to fight to get liberty back and, to get more freedom back and that kind of thing, even though, those are good things to fight for and to like really dig your teeth into and dig your heels, like really, I'm going to work for this. But it's easy to become like grumpy old man syndrome instead of like to work against oppression and joy. How do you do that? How do you fight for things that really need to be fought for, like things that you just feel like God has even put you on the earth to fight for the righteousness of this thing? How do you do that joyfully and by bringing light and life to the world? And it's a difficult balance. I mean, it's really hard to be joyful in oppression. And I know, as my wife and I have been together now 27 years. We're both gay Christians. We both grew up in very conservative Christian households or going to Christian, churches. I actually went to a Baptist Bible college and taught high school in a Baptist high school in Hawaii. So, I mean, we were deep in a culture that spit us out and rejects us wholeheartedly. And so how do you fight for like people? That's the one thing Rhonda and I always were working on in Reconciling Journey is how do we bridge gaps and like talk to people and educate and hear them and understand their positions, even though their position is oppressing you. And that's a really difficult, crazy balance. So I'm just every day, I think I'm just called again to kind of stop, drop, and roll, be super appreciative of everything I have, everything that God has gifted to me, everything that God has entrusted to me, and to be a good steward of that, to be joyful in that stewardship, and to, with aggressiveness and seriousness, fight against all forms of oppression that come into my path. And that's, part of being a good person and a godly person and following in Christ's path. I'm a Christian, so I believe that. And I believe that's what Jesus called us to do, is to fight against oppression and injustice and for the little guy. So anyways, to do that joyfully and not just with, so angsty in your heart, it's sometimes you can get a little angry about it. So thank you, Jessica, or Jesse on Adama Farms, for saying I look good, I look joyful, I looked optimistic. That's great, because that's definitely what I'm trying to do as we are approaching the hempocalypse. I think we're only 75 days out now, and some other things have been happening. So pray for us. Go to our website, learn more about us. I'll put some links to this McHenry County Conservation District and the work that they're doing to profile farmers like myself across the county. And thanks for tuning in to this week's very short little rambling version of Grassroots. And I'll see you again next Thursday at 7:30. We'll walk over here to the park as I finish up. We only went 12 minutes tonight, so I can kind of walk us over here and we can take a quick little look-see at what's going on at Pearl Street tonight. I love how they start each night. Everybody stands up. We do a Pledge of Allegiance. That's how it kicks off on Thursdays. I think that's cool. Very patriotic. I just love, we have so many little small towns like this around McHenry County. And it's so cool to live in a wonderful community like this, where you can take advantage of these things. Look at all the folks enjoying the market. So there we go. That's your slice of Americana, and I'll see you guys next week.
I just want to